wish I could fade out the music. I would just play it out of YouTube. Well, today has been a 2016-2017 nostalgia trip for me. I listened to first few Noise Boys today from Let Me Tell You About. That's my favorite podcast. I haven't listened to those first couple, and that took me back. But now, I haven't streamed in too long, but I saw this was happening, and I gotta. I mean, Content Cup was big back in the day. I got my Boomer Mountain Dew. We just. Hang on. Hang on. Hang on, I gotta respond to someone. Sorry. Good. I'm going pretty well. Lots been happening. I need to get Chrome open. Thing is, I haven't. I know I'm working on the Vampire Hunter, the Vampire Hunter D video. I want to work. Where? How do I? Where? I can't grab. Where? How do I grab the Chrome? Great. I need to make a new Chrome. Window capture. Chrome. Oh my god. Did it? It put it in the exact same place. Oh, okay, there. I should probably, yeah, like that. A bit more. There. Sorry about that. But like I was saying, I'm still working on the Vampire D video, but I haven't recorded any footage in a while. So, ooh, YouTube on Wii. What was I saying? I still need to do more Vampire Hunter D. I need to finish that game. I need to also rewatch the movie and take notes on it. I might watch the movie on stream. I'll try. But yeah, I mean, this is just, yeah, I know it's fine. This isn't exactly a very big stream, despite, almost 900 subs, which, thanks for that, by the way. Even though it's mostly the clips, I appreciate it. Wait. Oh, that always gets me. Yeah, Wii tour videos were great. I hacked my Wii U recently, but I haven't been able to get anything on it. And then it feels like it unhacked itself. I have to reinstall Aroma. It's a whole thing. Hang on, I need to. Yeah, Wii tours. Oh yeah, I need to. Oh wow, wait, no, that's an. Well, there. I guess top pops. I'm already getting sidetracked, and I haven't even watched anything. Let's watch some Trolls Band Together fan first.
What can I say? It's a freaking underrated gem, and it's such a timeless classic. Easily the 6th best DreamWorks movie of all time, under the first 2 Shrek movies and the Trolls trilogy.
Oh, he's actually gonna say it.
Honestly, what can I say? It's so awesome and hilarious. I love the scene with him. He's so freaking hilarious when he's like, I can bring my
you love
ABCs.
the scene when he's hilarious.
See? Yeah, and all the characters are great. The Lyra reveal is honestly the best that it can ever handle, and it's way better than the shitty Bugs Life Lyra reveal. And just like I say, the animation still holds up nearly 20 years later. It just still looks awesome, guys. The animation. And just, and the villains are freaking awesome. Vincent's freaking awesome. The Gladys is awesome.
I do not trust myself to hard mod it.
Awesome villain, guys. And
I also got a free McBoot memory card from my PS2, but my
turbo, and honestly, I gotta say that's literally my three worst.
Okay, that's annoying. The laser in my PS2 though is dead, so I can't play anything on it. So that sucks. I might have to get. I can't get a hard drive because it's a slim. So, like, maybe getting, like, apparently you can read games off SD card from a memory card. So, okay. So, yeah, there's a new content cop. First. Yeah, I need to watch that Atari video. For the first time in... What? when was the last one, man? So, how much of his old... He actually has all the old stuff. Oh man, Anastasia. Having watched Breaking Bad, that was way more funny. Let's start with... let's watch some old Idubbbz to
back to more Kickstarter crap. Today we're
the PS2.
I'm a bee emoji. Join the swarm.
Especially if I... Because that, like, I want to play Metal Gear Solid 2 and 3 eventually. And that's like the... I want to try the, like... stuff that's exclusive to that. I want to play Snake vs. Monkey and Guy Savage and skateboarding. Especially since I've gotten into Tony Hawk. So basically,
clickable on this web page is this thing.
Basically, Idubbbz used to be kind of funny. Sure, I'll scroll all the way. So yeah, So, I wasn't huge into the Kickstarter, but I loved the bad unboxing. That was great. Content Cop was great back in the day. But, yeah, this is like... Oh, okay, so yeah, he did get rid of the Content Cops. Hopefully you can't hear anyone. So yeah, eventually... He just... Okay, actually, there's a song about it. I should, The Idubbbz. This should get you up to speed if you don't know about him, because it's... It's pretty old stuff by now. Where is it? Where is it? Oh, yeah. Too late to apologize, so this is the song.
Want to apologize? Are you sure?
Ooh, yes, absolutely.
Skip past it.
Very well. If you...
Yeah, there's re-uploads probably. So, Sorry. So, I think this is an AI voice, but it's, like, I've listened to this, like, dozens of times. This song is so catchy. Speaking of Idubbbz music, I also sometimes re-listen to the Keemstar All-Star. That was great. Also, for my sip today, it is a Mountain Dew Spark that I got from the dollar store. Yeah, it's so sad. So sad. Context matters, yeah, but maybe I was wrong. Cause in reflection, I don't think I still see anyone saying, yeah, certainly not me. I remember when Leafy was here, low-hanging fruit, oh so easy to smear. Now the guy's nowhere to be seen, and I'm the one getting the beam. I can see Keemstar posting online, an easy target for the magical time. Now I'm at the other end of the stick, I'm on the ground and getting the kick. Is it too late to apologize? To all the girls like you calling me Colonel for some reason. That was thank you. I'm just vibing.
I got stopped by the morality police, which is ironic cause that used to be me. They were saying I was hurting their feels, which made me think about my true appeal. I became also very insecure. Yeah, what exactly was my allure? Did people watch me cause I said those edgy slurs? Or was I truly entertaining and absurd? Started reflecting on my work in a way.
Yeah, I stopped around the Airsoft Fatty documentary. That's where I remember I stopped watching him. Like, I remember seeing, oh, that looks kind of interesting. I'll watch that eventually, and I never did.
Is it too late to apologize? I miss my friend's wedding, yeah, cause of my wife. For a tattoo appointment, no, that wasn't wise. The big day I failed to prioritize. Making docs, yeah, keeping it clean. My next target, $1 million
So yeah, Sam Hyde.
and his kooky loopy team. They were aware of my planned out scheme. From that day,
honestly, that's all I can say.
They flipped the script and made me the
His name alone
had it all baked up
is
like
enough.
A bomb. Became the butt of the joke all along. I lost some
Butt of
fans,
the
but that
with a D?
alright. My
That was
focus
butt of
switched,
the
yeah, I
joke.
went for the fight. Created Clash, I was the star of the ring. My passion boxing, oh, I found my new thing. But I lost the match, yeah, that shit made me cry. It hurt so bad, tears streamed out my eyes. Now what can I do? Keep it PG-13. Maybe I'll make a Super Monkey Ball
Hey.
arcade machine. Now I'm caught between a rock and a hard
That is kind of that's like a that's more like something Peter Netter would do. I need to watch more Peter Netter.
It's seen as disgrace. The edge lords are coming for my throat, and the morality police can't take a joke. Opposing sides with opinions so strong, and every step I take seems to go wrong. With two extremes, oh, you know you can't win. Cause for those losers, everything is a sin. Now I'm stuck, yeah, paying the price. Reap what you sow, no, I'm not surprised.
This song goes so hard. Yeah. So the thing with the boxing, Creator Clash, I think the first one, like, I don't remember. I think it was kind of a success, but it was also basically the beginning of the end. Creator Clash 2 was a disaster. They got rid of one of their main selling, like, main headers or whatever, because he was training with Sam Hyde, and, you know, Sam Hyde. So, and then that blew up in their face, and they didn't make any, they made no money, so no money went to charity, and now they're doing Creator Clash 3, which is mostly Zoomer, like, random TikTok people. Idubbbz is not fighting, Anissa is not fighting. Actually, let me bring it up. Let's see. Creator Clash 3. So, yeah, for some reason, it's 80s themed, which, speaking of 80s, I am currently playing Vice City. It is, honestly, I think it's earned its spot back on my favorite games of all time lists. I was playing, sort of sleepwalking through it for a little while, and then I just started blazing through it. But now, of course, it started crashing, so I can't get past any missions anymore. So, that might actually get me to go back and finally finish Vampire 3D. Oh, yeah. Sorry about the StreamYards. That's why I use my childhood. Oh, man, FF6 Corey. Yeah, that was my old username. And that, honestly, that is the username that had the most meaning to me. It's FF6 for Final Fantasy VI, my favorite game at the time, and Corey for Corridors of Time, the song from Chrono Trigger. Honestly, that was probably my best username. I've been thinking of changing the username of the main channel, but, you know, people know me as this, but I have been doing like, yeah, I'm probably gonna do like a name change announcement, like I'm a literal user. So yeah, it's Creator Clash 3. Yeah, he's H3. Well, he's a, you know, depends on what you consider the whole Israel Palestine thing. Like, I'd say he's still very left wing, even though he's against Hassan. Yeah, you should play GTA. Although you can't get the good versions of the first 3 games. Well, you can't get the first good versions of the first 5 games, I guess, because 1 and 2 also. So you would. Yeah. So yeah, he's left wing, but he's pro Israel because he is Israeli himself. Okay, so LA Beast, who's he's before my time, and I've been on YouTube since I was 4. Like, I was never into LA Beast, and I don't know who oh yeah, that's Harley from Epic Mealtime, who I do remember. Epic Mealtime was kind of cool back in the day. Tubbo versus Sapnap, Minecraft. Don't know who these two are. Odd One's out. I liked him. Don't know who that is. No. Freddie Wong from one of those. I don't think I ever watched him, but he was like pretty good, big in those. If he was like a CGI YouTuber. YouTube's favorite idiot. If you need to expand your gaming tastes, when it's on sale, grab 3 games. 5 games. Grab 3. For $1 each, you can get Thief 1 and 2 and Deus Ex. Get those. It's $3 when they're on sale. 3 of the best games ever made. And then, if you like those, you can also get Thief 3 and Deus Ex Invisible War, which aren't as good. But, yeah, if you have Steam, do that. Corridor Digital, don't know who that is. Funky Frog Paid, I've seen her, she's alright. And Dad. I remember Dad was interesting for a while. Man, that was like 2019. So, not a great lineup. And, I mean, I'm saying this as someone who doesn't like boxing, but like, the only boxing match I've ever watched was Boogie and Wings. And, so, like, I should be kind of into something like this if it was people I actually liked, you know. So, I wish I could just listen to this again, but well, if you borrow your brother's, you know, you can do the Steam sharing. I finally got Steam Family Sharing up. It's easier than I thought it would be. Okay, we need to actually watch the Content Cop. So this was his old. I'm gonna try see if I can find an old one. Content Cop. Let's see. And Rice Gum. That was also like the one that he was originally on Jake Paul. It was supposed. It wasn't supposed to be, but it said it was from. So this is kind of hard to.
Alpha Bravo Niner. This is Wolf Mother. What's hand in Wolf Pack? You're
So,
gonna want to
yeah,
get down here and see this. In fact,
Basically,
bring a big
this.
backup. Yeah.
So this was a huge series back almost 10 years ago, and like a couple channels did actually like dip after it, but like it didn't kill as many as we would think back in the day. But basically, he would
fucking forget it. I will hold that shit over your head. If you fucking blink in my direction, I'm gonna hold that shit over your head.
At the end.
Man, he would not say anything like that nowadays. So yeah, these used to be really biting. Like he would go for the throat for these. So because like he's I don't know if I think Idubbbz and Hassan are on good terms, which make and H3 is like, well, it was like basically three big channels were Idubbbz, H3, Filthy Frank. Filthy Frank's the only one that got out unscathed. Now he's Joji, who I don't know his songs, but apparently he's pretty good. Yeah.
Actually, Hila's not a baby killer. Actually,
Oh.
accusing Ethan of killing his dog.
Oh man, now I need to bring up the Hila thing. So, but from what I know, she was like in the IDF, and Hila Klein IDF meme. Yeah. So someone made this, and because that is his wife. I don't know how true this is. I think it was one of the things where she was in it. She was in like a support capacity.
Maybe too far because they have mobilized such an insane harassment.
God, he just looks like Jesse from Breaking Bad. It's so sad. I need to actually get through this.
Who says any fucking thing, they will attempt to ruin their lives. And once again, I'm the crazy one. It's not bad enough that I have to.
I am excited to finally hear the theme song again, though. Yeah. In better circumstances, this would be so hype. Why is he just doing Tai Chi? Go on the beach. Is that Pink Guy? Oh, I'm pretty sure that's a reference to Pink Guy, the Filthy Frank's character. Oh man, I'm just remembering he had like a weird chicken saga. He was like raising chickens for a while before he went downhill. That was like the last thing I remember watching. Yeah, he couldn't do all this in one take.
What's up, everybody?
And it's the Weasley little liar. I'm gonna say... Oh, sorry. Hopefully that didn't... I hate Hassan more than H3. Let's be honest.
Broadcast coming to you live from a cloudy day here in
like
California,
it can't be even close.
Girls and MBs.
Like
a fantastic one because today's a beautiful day.
H3 is a prick, but Hassan
announcement. I've finally done it. I watched Ethan Klein's content nuke, and I'm not going to call it context puke as I normally do because the reality of the matter is it was brilliant. Nothing was out of context. Everything was correct. I am an Islamist, fundamentalist, radical terrorist. I am a vicious anti-Semite. It's true. Most importantly,
you were talking with pirates, literal pirates.
Ethan is more attractive than me, both physically and also mentally. I've been lying about everything.
God, look at that
including
beard.
My glasses. They're fake. He was right about that. That's not even in the
I
content.
never noticed the
and
freckles.
He was right about that too. How did he know everything? How? Wake up, Ethan. Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
Wakey, wakey, Ethan. Wake
Oh.
up, Ethan.
Oh.
Wake up.
No. He...
To be awake, Ethan.
Wait.
Wake up, Ethan.
Wait, what? What is happening?
This is no longer a dream. This is a nightmare. Wake up.
Ethan, the dumb bitch is
What?
telling you to wake up.
Wake up.
Is that any...
Wake up.
I...
Wake up, Ethan. Ethan, wake up.
Is that KSI?
Since anyone? Just wake up.
Is this green? This isn't green screen. Oh god.
Wake up, Ethan.
I'm not gonna
Who
do
are
it
these
right
jerk
now,
off?
yet.
Jerk offs?
I'm the same. Nobody's telling you to wake up, Ethan.
Yummy, I love Sabra hummus.
Wake up, Ethan. Wake up. Ethan. Wake up, Ethan.
What are these prison touch? I thought that was like a Nazi eagle.
Wake up.
How's Mr. Beast gonna be in this? I have no idea who any of those people are.
Alright. I didn't plan on making a content cop on H3. It sounds very stupid even saying that. H3 content cop, Idubbbz. Ethan Klein's out of control. And then you should do a content cop on Hassan Piker. Content cop on Sargon of Akkad.
Okay, that would be kind of funny though.
If I would imagine this in 2016, I would have been like, oh yeah, if I ever do that, it's gotta be because I lose the plot. Well, it turns out it's not me losing the plot. It's Ethan. He's the one who fucking...
Really? You haven't lost the plot? By the way, look at them teeth. What happened to his teeth? I mean, I'm not really wanting to talk, but dear God.
Act first.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up.
So go fuck yourself.
I agree.
All right, guys, I'm going to tell you a story about Ethan Klein. I know some of you have
Ooh,
been following him, but there's a lot of people
Is it the time he sent JonTron to the wrong house?
who might not be familiar with the
Yeah,
background,
that's
with
a
the
bit of a...
podcast,
I'm not gonna
what's been going on
explain
over
that.
the past couple of years. So Ethan, as you know, is a content creator who has a podcast where he says all sorts of
Wait,
outrageous stuff. Sometimes
I think
it's fun, sometimes it's
No,
fucked
I think
up.
JonTron actually... No, it was... No, they showed up at a like a place called like St. John's Church, and then acted like he was at the wrong... They went to his house and he didn't even answer. That was a joke.
He's had shows with all sorts of different controversial characters. He's had a show with Trisha Paytas. He's had a show with Hassan Piker. In doing so, he's gathered a ton of different audiences. Now, in his podcast with Hassan, Leftovers, they would mostly talk about surface-level progressive shit and make fun of right-wingers.
And you're telling me he didn't flick their
Oh
dick
my
once
God,
at
I
least?
want that hat. I want that hat. That is great.
Shavers, you trans women, I say, oh no!
And it was mostly
I will say, yeah, that is a
they
very
actually
fun
had
hat.
to reckon with a very serious topic. I would say that Hassan was very well equipped to
Yeah,
talk about that topic.
this really feels like
the West Bank are
like a
subject to
new,
these horrific conditions,
just
horrific
a new,
living
another
conditions
new
by the
Idubbbz.
state of Israel, America's
This
great
ain't a
ally,
content
only
cop.
democracy in
I
the
can
Middle
tell.
East, if you ask Republicans and even liberals.
Well, that Dancy invented was so kick-ass.
Israeli settlers are trying to evict Palestinian families in occupied East Jerusalem. The United Nations says that may be a war crime. It literally
Yeah.
is.
Just eating the toppings. And the pizza looked like a burned
I've-
victim. It was all disgusting.
I don't know.
how you make
I
that
don't
good.
know anything about Trisha Paytas except I vaguely remember of the early screaming or something.
2021.
Why?
It's insensitive to burn
I think that's
Yeah.
a good analogy. It's a powerful image.
Ethan.
How
was
much
not
is that
prepared
hat?
for this. Ethan, the whole time, is more of the goof guy, and that's fine. You know, we don't expect Ethan to be an expert on the topic. Ethan was obviously caught in this tricky situation where he is extremely sympathetic to the Israeli cause and what's happening to them.
Which-
his wife's Israeli.
Is very understandable considering, yeah, he is.
He served in the IDF. He obviously likes the state of Israel. On the other hand, he's just got done capturing a massive progressive audience who are very politically savvy. They follow Hassan. Hassan is strictly a political streamer. So this is something they're
Yeah,
very
and
keyed
he's
into.
a
So when they
scumbag,
see
so.
Ethan say things that are just like not accurate and it's just
Man,
propaganda, they're
the thing is, Hassan like infects so many. Like there's that video of J Slosh where he would just play games on like the Wii with some people, and one of the guests was goddamn Hassan, and I was like, oh, really, you too? Because like I'm pretty sure J Slat would not be someone that he would
From
like.
the river to the sea essentially means the state of Israel is going bye-bye.
So this massive
I mean,
progressive audience that Ethan has, adopted over the years, they're becoming increasingly critical.
Sorry
of his
about. I need to
position because
grease
now
my
he's
chair.
talking about it not on Leftovers. He's now talking about it on his podcast.
What I want to do is show you guys how I see Israel, because you don't see that. When you listen to Hassan and you hear all these fucking mega lefties talking about it like it's some super racist, like crazy, like Jim Crow style of society. Like, I can't wait to show you guys.
The other day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
So Ethan is having this back and forth with his liberal audience, leftist people online, progressive content creators, Hassan, all of these different people. He's finding new people every day, basically, to get in fights with.
Of all people, this guy, Matt Lieb. Frogan and
Lieb.
Denims and all these dipshits.
That sounds
and everybody
familiar.
thinks this guy's awesome, apparently. Even though he looks like
Oh
a
my-
house dork. Denims, by the way, was the real villain of the
And that Sonic plush I kind of
video.
want.
Evil, hateful, fucking... And I'll say it and I'll double down on it. Oh, no?
No,
Did I not go there?
At this what point do I just get a standing desk like Raffle? By the way, hang on. We're gotta shout out. I've been wait. Ooh, I need to watch that. Shout out to this guy. These videos are great to sleep with. Great to sleep to. I love watching people play modded Balatro.
With people
Shout out to
until
him.
he burned the bridge with me. Since Ethan and Hassan's falling out, I've been keeping to myself mostly. I don't have many nice things to say. Maybe if Ethan's able to get some help.
Finally, you've had nothing but nice things to say for like almost 5 years. That is the problem.
Stops harassing other creators. Maybe if he does these
You
things,
lost your mojo.
eventually he'll find peace and we can like rekindle our friendship. So that's been my approach. I've occasionally
Nomad is
thrown
pretty
a
cool.
joke Ethan's way in the form of Hassan Piker versus Ethan Klein for boxing.
I like Idubbbz. He's a good guy, but I don't like this stupid. It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like, this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism. And also, he's way out of my weight class.
He didn't like that, but fucking...
I mean, he isn't wrong.
Sometimes
At
you
least
gotta
on that.
throw something out there. I used to work...
Man, okay, this is one thing I can't... Yeah, Cadicarus is good, but... like, I don't know, I don't like watching something that someone really... that someone actually, like, was a, like, big video that someone worked on. Like, I like watching gameplay because it's not, like, I don't like watching something that someone put effort into. It feels disrespectful, you know? That's, like, why I'm also pretty against, was fairly against watching something while I play games, but, like, if I get a second monitor, I'll get more into that, but I have gotten into, like, I'll play Fractal Block World or, like, an retro FPS game, like I'm playing Heretic on DSDA Doom, so I'll just watch that I watch something while I play that.
Work with this video editor named Froggy Tonic.
Yeah,
I
Chris
discovered
is great.
him because he was in the circles online
Is that
I was in.
Froggy
One of those
Tonic? Is it
circles
like Froggy?
an H3 fan. He watched Ethan's content. He liked Ethan's content until he didn't like Ethan's content. There would be an occasional Froggy tweet where I'd be like, I agree with that, you know? Like, I'm not going to endorse it. I'm not going to retweet it or like it, but fair enough.
I guess I just miss my old friend. Some wings are too bird feathered, colored.
Now that brings us to February 28th of this year. Now, my former editor of a year and a half ago did say some truly mean shit. He called Hila the C word. He said...
What am I'm trying to think of... no. I don't really know what political channels I actually, like, agree with.
They're trying to kill their dog with cheddar cheese and a bunch of other shit.
You listen to Loud
Ethan,
Equals
at some
Funny?
point,
I gotta catch up to
discovers
them.
that
I was catching up to them. And actually, they were talking about me on the podcast, could talk about my little brink phase. I might still stream Brink.
But no one's asking the question.
Oh yeah, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, he literally just said if you're saying I'm a content cop, you should not be saying the insert letter here word. You should just say it. It's a content cop. I don't swear, so I won't. I don't swear on video. But
where does Ethan get this information from? You see, it would be obvious.
Oh yeah, he was also on Black Rain.
Ethan was discovering this content by scrolling through Twitter.
Based
for
something
I've set himself
heard
with.
stuff.
He has maybe set it up in such a way where his employees feel the need to send him this information, and that would be horrible. They shouldn't be doing that. They should be sending you things that are entertaining for your show that don't fucking trigger the hell out of you. Why is there so much work being put into discovering this guy on Twitter who's barely getting any interactions, linking him to me and posting on the Reddit, when there's no work being put into who the fuck is the person on the Reddit who's posting this in the first place? If you do a little bit of research, it seems like it's an account.
It's Reddit. The whole point of Reddit is rage bait. There's literally no reason to. Well, other than, you didn't even see the gesture I did, so you can understand that. But yeah, that's the only other reason to use Reddit other than Reddit other than rage bait.
Whose intention is to make Ethan crash out.
Shoe on head's. I'm fine with shoe on head.
On the Snark Reddit points this out. They're like, I've seen this account before. This account.
What honestly the closest would be like I don't know if I agree with him so much, but I really like a lot of What If Autist. He's very interesting when it comes to. I mean, just big ideas, I guess. Not even like. I'm very interested in a lot of his ideas. But then he did all that ayahuasca and did like a 10-hour video where he said he was possessed by Odin, and his mother was. He accused his mother of awful things, which I hope are not true. But that also means that he accused her of that falsely, which is also awful.
Has scraped its history and is now trying to make Ethan burn bridges.
Yeah.
This is within Ethan's own...
he went crazy he did like 3 hour long videos, and then he went back to normal, and I haven't watched him since, though I want to. I just vibe with him, I guess, before he went crazy. Yeah, that was sad. Gaming leaks, like abandonware, that sort of stuff. I will say sometimes, because of my intrusive stuff, I sometimes look at stuff like Raised by Narcissists or Entitled Parents. That's like some of the most enraging stuff on Reddit, and it's usually stories of stuff from the people on Reddit, so that doesn't really count as rage bait, but
own community
still makes me,
this is the thing
looking at it,
he needs to be critical of.
Makes
it's
me
not me.
so angry.
So yes, I am willing to admit that my former editor was being very nasty, uncharitable, and fucked up towards Ethan and Hila on Twitter. But Ethan and Hila are doing the same shit on their podcast, so I don't want to fucking hear it.
Terrorist supporter.
The CEO of Twitch.
Pedophile.
Now I'm going to watch and respond to the 2 podcast streams where
okay, I need to take a little break. Oh man, I keep seeing this guy. Oh man, I didn't even talk about. Last time I streamed was before the Switch 2 stuff, which was. Yeah, well, he is like What If Autist. That, I mean, as... Oh yeah, YouTube drama, the most, like, the one where they hate Claw there. But I need to take a quick break, so I'll put this back on so you can just vibe with that for a minute.
Are you sure?
Ooh, yeah, absolutely.
Very well. If you want to apologize, I will accept.
Thank you, Twitter. Thank you so much.
All right, get a picture of Mr. Idubbbz apologizing.
Ready to go, sir.
Kiss it.
Huh?
Apologize. Kiss it.
You want me to kiss your...
That's right. Apologize.
Okay, I'll, let's see here,
Apologize.
Well, the year was 2017, a year that now feels like a dream. I could be who I wanted to be. They called me Idubbbz TV. Everything was going my way, saying everything I wanted to say. Cause either all of them are okay, or none of them are okay. I was growing, yeah, my channel getting bigger, getting love for every video a hitter. I saw Tanner lashing out on Twitter, so went to Tanner Gunn and asked to say no. I did it all, yeah, just to prove a point. That context matters, yeah, but maybe I was wrong. Cause in reflection, I don't think I still see anyone saying, yeah, certainly not me. I remember when Leafy was here, low-hanging fruit, oh so easy.
I forgot the BRB.
Guys nowhere to be seen. And
Sorry about that. I almost closed the Chrome. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, I am the reason he looked at Birdie and Jay Kaiser. Oh man. Thanks.
Call us spineless cowards.
I will.
Anyway, this guy's
Oh,
was
is
saying
my
shit like
is my
that he
audio
was a
low?
Nazi, that she kills
Oh.
kids, that she went on like she's a like a IDF
Alright.
baby killer, all this types of shit, and that's showing up right up on us Nisa's and Idubbbz feed.
All right, I brought it
My
up.
good fucking friends who I stood by after all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
You're sounding more like he sounds more like you than you do.
Oh, it's on my feed. What the fuck is happening?
Oh yeah,
For all
Saber.
You know,
I sometimes
Google
watch
UCAT.
Saber Spark,
For
but
all
I'm
you
probably
know,
not
I
going to
only
do that
use
anymore.
lists. For all you know, I'm seeing these things tweeted out by my editor of a year and a half ago and saying, God, that is nasty. I'm just not going to throw someone away because they're having a parasocial weird moment. Just like I'm not going to throw Ethan Klein away because he's having a parasocial weird crash out.
Oh, you
How
said
many women I
tries
fucked?
movies.
Hassan, by the way, thousands. Yeah, thousands. Let me ask Galia. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry. Oh my God. Hassan's the type of dude who watches himself in the mirror when he has sex.
Watching me on a 30-second delay.
Oh yeah, that. He is kind of like a Patrick Bateman. He is right there.
Wait, that's what I'm. Wait, how does he know I'm watching already?
Because you've been talking about it for the last 5 minutes.
It's not a fucking petty beef. It's like this guy is evil and he's doing anti-Semitism. These shoes do not go. I'm sorry.
There are many people, I'm sure, who have unfollowed you for the things that you have said and done, and I'm sure there are even more people who have stayed following you because they don't want
I also have treasure movies in
throw
the
the baby
although
out with the
in the
bathwater.
cringe list,
They don't
the new
want
one,
to
the cringe list 3.0 is for me. I haven't shared it with Claw. Maybe I should.
someone away because they've had some
But
hard moments.
Honestly, I was hoping for something like an In Praise of Shadow situation here, but this is kind of boring.
Fucking human.
My good fucking friends who I stood by after
man.
all these fucking years can't find a spine to speak.
Ooh, speaking of Ryan's World, my boy Dr. X Henry, he's in a bit of trouble right now apparently, and he's doing more videos for that. Ryan's World, he's doing like a video on the Ryan's World game, so check that out when it comes out. I love Dr. X Henry. He's my boy.
Speak up. You know why? Because they'll get murdered.
And what you're saying to me is that I'm a bad friend and I'm a piece of shit. I'm spineless. I'm cowardly because I am following
Cowardly, yes.
someone on Twitter.
Because they have mobilized such an insane harassment group. It's not bad enough that I have this group of...
I was 4 when YouTube started, so I've been on it my entire life. Yeah, apparently Miss Mimi of Black Brain Same is also a fan. She's in his Discord with us.
People harassing
That's
me and
nice.
everyone in my life. It's that people outside of this group, journalists, creators, are actively participating in this gaslighting to make it seem like...
Okay, that Pink Sam, yeah, this is like the 5th time, that's fine. Pink... What is it? Yeah. Pinked Sam. Okay, just pinked. Yeah, this is something like that. I think
Assalamu alaikum, guys. This
the
is
original
Drop
video
14
is
Eva-
gone, I think. Or at least. Oh. That looks good. I'm saving that. Man.
I'm fucking crazy.
Alright.
I mean, I don't know what he's getting at here. Like, yeah, people are gaslighting you. A lot of people gaslight me.
Maybe
when
give me
I,
the link to that, and I'll
apologize.
just.
That was actually like the #1 type.
I'll just put it
harassment I
at least
got
put it in my
was
clipboard.
People gaslighting me and taking my newfound woke ideology to its extreme.
I probably done and stood by.
Okay, what does it say?
People gaslit me when I apologized. That was actually like the #1
Yeah,
type of
that apology was ridiculous.
harassment I got was people gaslighting me and taking my newfound woke ideology to its extreme.
I probably done and stood by Idubbbz and Anissa more than anybody. I've stood by them when all the internet hated them.
You know,
I don't know that Ethan brought this up.
You know what?
because
I
it
will.
makes the
If you give me that link,
relationship
I
feel
will.
very transactional. Like, you
if
know,
you
we're just
if you don't have 4K video downloader, check it out. I've actually paid for it. I didn't pay for Plus. They made that after. But that's like what I used to download. That's what I used to make the clips. It's pretty good. Yeah, this. I'm pretty sure this is the longest content cop.
Despite our own personal
Yeah,
morals or principles.
I'm not a pirate. I'm a librarian. That's what I say about
I don't
archiving.
think they're fucking any friends of mine, and certainly I don't think they're any fucking friends of mine based on the text conversation I had with them too before I even talked about it. So I have nothing.
What was that?
Like, I don't need any fucking halfway friends, man.
I thought the text conversation that I had with him was very
I love how-
empathetic. I
how
basically just
lively
said,
the
like,
chat
I
is.
know you and Hila are experiencing a ton of harassment, and I essentially empathize with that, and I think there's something positive to get out of the conversation. But he refused to talk on the phone unless I was willing to publicly say something about my former editor and denims. As much as you don't want
Oh god,
halfway
denims. That's who one of those people in that Charlie and Friends ass intro
friends, I also don't want
was.
that kind of halfway friend.
It really
I don't
is
want
Charlie and
someone
Friends, oh
who's
my
going
God.
to give me like an ultimatum to have a conversation.
Could you not say something? When
Yeah,
this
this
is like
is
imagine-
content police brutality.
Like one of you guys is like Hassan actually wants to go to Gaza so he can strangle Israeli babies or some shit like that. I'd be like, imagine me not saying something.
You're trying to make a one-to-one comparison where there isn't.
Why are these people fighting again? Israel.
This guy that I
As
follow on
always.
Twitter is not in the same relationship as you and one of your current employees, who is.
Oh my god. These are like vampires, dude. This is terrifying. Look at that.
Streaming with you 3 days a week, 3 hours a day for the past
Yeah.
10 years.
I will
At
say-
one point during the stream,
I'm kind of. I don't know how much longer I'm. Oh wow! Wait, you're gonna draw art about me, or just draw some art? Yeah, because you put the at me in between some and art. I will say I've been thinking of well, that would be kind of cool, but I've been thinking of like I don't know how long I'm gonna do the clips if I want to also do videos because of monetization. I can't monetize those if there's copyright like someone else's stuff on the channel. So that, but like also that's the whole reason anyone's here. So I don't want to mess with that. And I also want to change the name of the channel possibly. So it's a lot, but that's for after the. That's for after the Vampire Hunter D video, which I still need to do more on that. The Milk Bard is in Claw's Discord server, which you have to join his Patreon for. But if you give me that link, I'll at least download the video just in case.
Ethan and Hila bring up Adam McIntyre. Now, Adam does basically the same thing as my former editor. He's critical of Ethan and Hila, and he is sometimes uncharitable and nasty towards them.
Adam McIntyre.
Man, I haven't heard someone call someone crooked since Hillary.
That guy is a piece of shit, like, of the lowest order.
Oh yeah. And if I get monet, well, I'm thinking. So after the Vampire Hunter D video, sorry for all the inside baseball. I'm like DSP with all this. I'm gonna be streaming a lot of games after that because like this Vampire Hunter D video has been a blockage. My channel is constipated. So after that, I'm gonna do a lot of game streams, but like with maybe with like this YouTube stuff as like an in between like break segment.
I never even stood by him when he talked bad about Trisha having a kid and called him like the spawn of Satan. He was supposedly on our side. I would never even co-sign that.
Yeah, I'm like DSP. I have board meetings for my streams.
By that statement too. I remember when he called her kid the spawn of Satan.
I was able to get monetized at 500, but it's mostly someone else. I mean, yeah, YouTube don't do it for the money.
I never said anything.
I mean,
and
also
I was
watch
supposed
hours.
to be like cheering on, but I wasn't gonna cheer that on.
I mean, yeah, that
too. That he called her children, which is something we would never do. The spawn of Satan.
Oh, wow.
Disgusting.
Yeah.
And
a
I
piece
mean,
of shit of a human.
it's
I
just
was like,
incredible
I could
who
technically
ends
set
up
up
being the
super
good
chats
guys
through this
in
like
story,
OBS thing, but
it's really something.
Unfortunately, they never made a statement.
I would have to make a PayPal.
They never said that they disagree with his
I would
statements
have to,
about Trisha's baby
like
until it's useful.
I downloaded.
Like, what is it? 3 years later.
I downloaded this stuff so I could show this chat on stream. That never worked.
You're talking about it like you were aware of it at the time, and that there was some amount of pressure or enthusiasm for you to get down with that. And what it sounds like to me is that you did see it at the time, and you were like,
some
I
of
don't
your
like
stuff.
that. And you didn't endorse it, and you didn't fuck with it.
Ooh.
Huh.
Ooh, I just
Someone
played
like that
Doom
is
2016. Nice to see you
identical
playing that.
situation to me.
It's just incredible who ends up being the good guys in this story.
Oh my god, is he actually on radio? There's no way.
So yeah, the reason I'm bringing this up is because they're trying to like paint themselves as the good guys, and they're saying like, yeah, we strongly disavow things that are said, even about our enemies. We are the most immoral people on the internet, unlike Ian and Anissa, who are
like you do. That is literally, you do that to yourself. That is your whole. That's your whole shtick now. Is the trolls and remorse garbage.
Keeping to themselves. Also, why the fuck does Olivia get the pass?
What a fucking asshole!
I mean, I can't believe people
Olivia, you're
listen to
friends
my
with him,
voice.
and you don't have to say anything.
Especially
but like,
since, like, whenever I listen to my voice recorded, I sound like it hasn't changed since I have 12.
Piece of
it's
shit.
weird.
What a bad friend to put you in that position just for some fucking clout. It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit. Okay, Olivia did not do anything.
Man, what is?
I want the.
Does he have like a weird comic book filter on him?
Total bullshit. Okay.
I think I'm hallucinating that, but I feel like his beard looks like cell shading almost.
To get that treatment, because then you'll just see me as an ally.
I mean, of course, Ian has a KF page.
Ethan is afraid.
Everyone does an internet
of
famous.
Wrongful termination accusations and lawsuits.
And also, I don't mind putting my friend Olivia, who's apparently my real friend, in a terribly weird, fucking uncomfortable situation where you end up getting hate for no reason.
Also, don't frame.
I mean, he could be Ian Anderson. I don't know his last name, especially since he took his wife's last name, which
it's like other people making it hard on Olivia. You're making it hard on all of these people.
You breathe a lot. I clear my throat literally obsessively or compulsively. So that you could do worse.
Please acknowledge your role in this whole fucking thing.
Like, I mean,
it's crazy how
it seems like he never left. Well, I remember he definitely left YouTube. I have no idea when he came back. because it seems kind of unbroken.
Ethan is to Olivia and saying how Olivia is essentially just a victim in this whole thing.
It gets people angry at you, like, oh, how can she be friends with him? Which is total bullshit.
But me and Anissa are spineless. Ethan, your whole system is scrambled.
Well,
My
no,
intention isn't to throw
you're spineless. She has too much spine.
the employees under the bus. Like, you guys
She's-
serve
she's-
as the fucking
she's a
foundation
giraffe.
for calling out Ethan's hypocrisy on the whole subject. And I know that you guys have probably pushed back against Ethan over the years. How
yeah.
often are you supposed
Oh,
to
yeah, I
do that?
remember
you
the
have to do
vasectomy.
that every fucking week? It kind of seems like it. And that's exhausting. I don't want to confront my boss. It's not my fucking job to confront my boss and say, today's segment on rapists and pedophiles on Twitch was not like my favorite segment to be a part of.
Yeah, friends like these.
Oh yeah, and our other good friends.
Yeah.
Anissa and Ian. Thanks, Anissa, for standing up for your girl. I
So-
actually stood up for you so many.
So we are almost a third in, and already I'm basically, this is nothing. This, like, entire content cops have been, like, the best of the content cops were already almost over by this point.
Many times, because like, why would I not? It was crazy.
Yeah, why would you not? I mean, if that's truly what you believed and you weren't just going to use it later.
Of course I was gonna stand by you. That's insane. It's absolutely insane and disgusting. But now you choose to hang out with people that would have a problem with you if you defended me.
I'm not going to assume that Ela knows, but I'll say it for anyone who doesn't know.
So
Anissa is half Lebanese and half Irish. For anyone unfamiliar, the Irish have been on the receiving end of a lot of oppression and genocide.
Yep.
On the part of the Lebanese,
Yeah.
they've received a lot of oppression and attacks from the IDF. So Anissa is
Yeah,
very well familiar with the problem.
Dahlia, if you haven't seen a content cop, I imagine, yeah. Depends on how, like, if you're my age, you would have seen them all, but if you're younger, no.
Propaganda and the shit coming out of Israel.
Oh, yeah, oh my
Choosing
God.
now, out of all the times, to be like, please defend me. No,
Yeah.
we're not gonna fucking defend you.
It's
Rudy was saying that
it's been
Palestinians
let me actually go and look. I need to look at a content cop playlist. Oh no. Oh, I need. Okay, I need to talk a little lower. All right, let's see. 12 minutes. 10 minutes. 7.5 minutes. 8 minutes? That's all? 22. Yeah. Most of the best ones were yeah. Man. Okay, yeah, I gotta be a bit quieter. So, I could have watched, like, at least 2 of them.
are taught at
In
2
this
years
time.
old to kill Americans.
Do we have that
I
one?
mean,
Like,
Just the other
Yeah.
day, BB fired a really good guy that a lot of people are pissed about.
He looked mean. I thought he was mean just because he looked.
I mean, yeah,
No.
that's...
It's not.
So yes, you caught us. We're not gonna run to your defense when I don't know, we follow people. We be following. That's one fucked up thing that you can say about Anissa and I is when we're on Twitter, we do be following.
So,
The problem.
okay, if you want to hang out with those people and have no spine and not stand up for another girl that stood up for you, enjoy your new friends.
She's friends with people like Denim.
I know.
Her chat,
Yeah.
Which I'll
she's
show.
friends with
Denim.
Oh, yeah. I imagine they aren't looking at their employees follows.
This is actually participating in this whole child protective service lie.
Yeah,
which I'll
and if
show
you're
you guys
friends with them, then you're seeing what they're saying.
You'll notice that Ethan and Neela start talking about this Denims character.
I do vaguely remember something about CPS in them.
Originally, the complaint was about my former editor. He's been chatting shit about Ethan and Neela for the past year at least. They only care about it now because I guess it was spoon-fed to them via their Reddit that's clearly looking out for them. Now, I'm not going to sugarcoat it. We are friends with Denims, but I would say it's the same level of friendship that we had with Ethan and Neela. It's like kind of an internet friendship. We think that...
What? Yeah. I mean, I'm pretty sure you have to join the Patreon, not the YouTube memberships for the... Oh yeah, Uncle Dan... You are fellow eagle-eyed listener there. Another let me tell you abouty. Oh yeah, tubes. But yeah, movies. Apparently, 28 years later, some family might want to see that. Five Nights at Freddy's 2 is apparently in December. Yeah, not really movies. Lily Simpson, I think that's the one.
She's a good person like we think Ethan and Neela are good people. Kind of a tricky situation. How can you possibly think that they're both good people at their core? People can have crash out moments. People can say things that they don't mean. People can say things because they want internet.
Yeah. We went the last weekend to see Sonic 3. No, last weekend, but last weekend it was playing. That was $40. And we didn't get many. Only I got a soda and I got a little popcorn and a little a normal soda. But yeah. Well, no, it's Uncle Dane the Predator May, not.
Yeah,
got
and
a bit
attention.
wrong. But
I don't know. I think they're both probably guilty of saying things that they don't mean for internet clout.
I don't have
and
a face
attention.
cam. Why did I?
Right now, one's a little bit more fucking nasty to me than the other.
I just don't see how you can be my friend and also be friends with.
No.
Oh, what is that? Is that Gamer Subs? But Jay Schlatt, but Hassan on the Wii.
One like that.
Well, you can't. So I already forgot about you.
I actually have a lot of friendships that are kind of that way, where it's like, one of the friends doesn't fuck with the other friend.
Honestly, I did Red Letter Media. One of their new Best of the Worst made me want to watch Presents. That sounded kind of cool.
There is someone in the middle who kind of fucks with both of them, but separately. Yeah, there's a lot of friendships that are like that. I'm not gonna make you guys meet up and kiss or anything. I get it. You guys are in fucking... You're either my best friend who's deep-throating me to the base of my cock, or you are Satan. You're the Davil.
The last thing I said to Anissa, we were texting before I ever talked.
Who's that? Do it for him? I can't look at... I think that's Bono. What is that? What? I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I'm pretty sure
I don't
that's
care about this
Bono
guy.
or
He's a nobody
one of those.
Blah blah blah. And I said, well, then you'll have no problem publicly denouncing.
Who? Bobla? Oh my! I thought you said he got busted jerking on Roblox.
It right. And then from there, the conversation.
I mean, honestly, that wouldn't surprise me.
Ethan, you can't even phrase it in a way that doesn't make you sound like you're being coercive and shitty. Well, then, you should have no problem publicly denouncing it, right? Does that sound like a friend? It kind of sounds like something a powerful villain would say.
But it was so funny how she immediately went to comment everywhere, on our subreddit. She immediately had to comment oh, he doesn't work with us anymore. But that was it. That's all she said.
But then say that you don't
Okay. Do you have anything else to say for your friends, though?
One of the reasons Anissa was so quick to clarify things in your Reddit is because your Reddit was...
He's doing a new content comp, and it's still all about Anissa.
Already talking about who this editor is, and they were spreading misinformation that it was our co-host on our podcast, Uncle.
Oh, that's I thought it was another. I thought. Wait.
Dane. So misinformation that it was our co-host on our podcast, Uncle Dane.
Uncle Dane. Oh, so oops. Uncle Dane. It can't be. It can't be the. What the hell?
Dispenser going up.
No. That's not true. That is. We were.
Yeah, spreading misinformation.
Hang on, I need to clip this.
Already talking about who this editor is, and they were spreading misinformation that it was our co-host on our podcast, Uncle Dane. So yeah, the last thing we wanted is this guy getting pulled into this mess, and you guys don't give a already talking about who this editor is. Already talking about who this editor.
Okay, I'm. No, I didn't know it was the same. I saw Kino Casino talking about it. I think I remembered his name was Dane. I didn't know it was that Uncle Dane. Wow. I did not know that.
There is.
That is.
And they were spreading
I guess he really is the predator man.
Information that it was our co-host on our podcast, Uncle Dane. So yeah, the last thing we wanted is this guy getting pulled into this mess, and you guys don't give a fuck. Would it have been nicer and more supportive to say, we don't agree with the things he's saying and we support Ethan and Hila? Sure. Like, yeah, that would have been a nicer thing to say. Our silence means something. It means that we would like...
Small world, same like with GPM. I finally... so apparently, I listened to the first two Noise Boys today, which is why I'm in a sort of 2016 mood type thing. Which is fun that it's the same day this came out. Apparently, I guess GPM was like in with Let Me Tell You About first, and then Fine Songs before you sort of split off because of Red Bard and all that.
Pause this relationship until you figure your shit out. And then maybe we can find a moment in time, I don't know how long it'll be, but a moment in time in the future where things are a little bit easier to broach. I don't think we need to do it right now.
Broach?
But you've insisted that this is an important thing to address. I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me on your Instagram story. I would have been perfectly fine with you not blasting me and my wife on your podcast twice. I would be fine with you not brigading my comment section on my podcast that gets 3,000 views a week because I prefer to not to do harassment campaigns and instead talk about vampires.
But I mean, Noah Samson.
Like they say something like he doesn't work for me, and I strongly disagree, and I support Ethan and Hila. The problem is
that she doesn't.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
She actually.
She thinks they have a point.
That's the problem.
Yeah. So go fuck yourself.
Like this chat is livelier than the one when I had like 30
This
people.
is what I'm talking about. This aggression that you're putting out into the world. What the fuck do you think we're gonna do?
Jesus, that is 107. I don't have the dislike viewer. I wish I did.
Fucking sit on my hands when you do this shit. Like,
yeah,
this
he was
is
the.
nasty.
I think he was the alienation
We had such a fair
defender.
response to what you guys were going through. We don't support harassment. It's a bad thing, but it happens, and you're
no. Okay, who actually does? You always hear people say that. That should honestly, at this point, just be. Like, if you say that, you probably are. You're lying.
Perpetuating it.
You fucking propagandist, lying scumbag, terrorist supporter. He probably sets up a mirror and jerks off watching himself.
Oh god, look at that. It looks like a V for Vendetta mask melted to his face.
And KKK Clancy has a similar view of Hitler. Because Dan Clancy, the Nazi, fucking anti-Semite.
You can't expect other people to stop harassing you if you continue to harass people. Let's think about it on a micro level.
Classic
Have you ever been in a comment section and found someone to argue with? It doesn't stop. It can literally go on forever if you don't.
I'm fine with Windows 11 normally, but seeing all I mean, it was also on Windows 10. That the stupid I keep seeing it keeps giving me all this news. I don't want to know the news. Well, if I'm gonna read or watch the news, I'm not gonna do it from the Windows Task Manager.
Don't want to touch
start
grass.
menu.
I mean, yeah, this was kind of like a line
only half
that
as
happened
many
today that
it
should
just
never
went
be
up.
crossed, even by like the most cynical toxic
Yeah, he
people.
is the worst guy
It's
ever
gonna
from
have
that video.
ramifications
I've
in terms of
I've watched that so many times.
how I
I love
conduct
Shredder
myself
Nerd. He
in
recently
terms of
did
these
he recently did the Soy Lore Part 3. That was great.
fair weather friends who are, so happy to be friends as long as they're getting something out of it.
Ethan, that is a rich thing to say. Like you're the H3 podcast, okay? There's a lot of friends of the show.
Oh yeah,
There's
yeah.
a
Nolan
lot, there's
Simpson
even
is the
more
one
fair
that did
weather
that.
friends of the
The
show.
weird
Let's not get into this
self
shit,
pictures.
okay? That is so
shirtless.
bizarre
Red
and
Sonic's
insulting
weird.
to suggest that I was only ever being friends with you to get something out of it. No, I'm friendly with you, and I'd say I'm a light friend because it's been pleasant hanging out with you. I've enjoyed your content over the years, and as of late, it's gotten really fucking shitty.
Yeah, so go fuck yourself.
I mean, you should not throw stones, man.
I agree.
Who else? Who else do we want to burn today?
Who else do we want to burn today? You're making it so fucking obvious that this is
You're gonna burn,
this is
alright.
your emotional dumping ground. It's horrible. This is not what podcasts are. There was a way
really
to
is some
approach this
Deus
to
Ex
say
shit.
like, yeah, we
I
feel
shouldn't-
hurt.
I don't
by
like
you guys
swearing
not
on,
saying something.
on live.
You've decided to do the extra thing.
This really is
and attack. Now, in fairness,
this is like a Deus Ex background conversation.
I am attacking back, but I feel very insulted, and I feel defensive, and I feel like I am speaking up for a lot of people who have problems.
Well, this is more like a sort of like a GTA type thing. I'm imagining this as a GTA talk radio.
A lot of people who have been on the
I don't know why.
receiving end
It's probably
of your
just because
harassment.
It's so
I'm
easy to be anti-racist. Everybody's
playing Vice City.
anti-racist.
Weirdly, the first time I played Vice City, I would only ever listen to VCPR, even though I had heard everything by that point. Now, and with my playthrough of 3, I also just don't listen to talk radio now. I find it kind of annoying, the radio in those games, because it always turns off when you get out, or it's... I mean, I guess it's... I mean, that is just what radio is like with the commercials.
Racism is the worst
Still
thing in the world,
annoying.
right? We fucking hate racists. Fuck racists.
Microaggressions.
The minute that they actually have to stick their neck out for somebody, the minute they have to actually risk something to put themselves in under scrutiny, to sacrifice something personally to stand up for racism, then all of a sudden it's like, hey, I don't want to get involved.
Like, stand up for racism?
Drama.
How much do you care?
I don't do drama.
How much
Sorry.
do you
That's
actually
funny.
care?
That's
If you're,
just a
isn't that the
funny
whole point? Like,
misspelling.
I realize
A
that Ethan
vocal
and Neela are
misspelling.
more scared now than they've probably ever been. I feel like anti-Semitism is a thought in their heads now more than ever, and it's not completely unjustified to be thinking about that sometimes. You guys are just hurt, and you're kind of like dancing around and making very like loose.
I will say, I didn't even notice this. Why is he filming in the crawl space? Or like he's filming in the unfinished basement laundry room, but he
Poorly
put a
thought
bunch of
out
neon
analogies
lights on it.
for something that doesn't even apply
Thinking that
to
would
us.
make it
It's
like Cyberpunk.
Like me making this video is the standing up for something, and it's saying, "Fuck you! You guys are being bad." You know, I don't think you're bad people, but you're being bad. You're behaving poorly. You're hurting people.
I mean, go back to the civil rights. You think that the people who are like the white kids who are protesting with the black students, you think that they were just like
that
not risking
was that a coke sniff?
anything? Those kids who are
He does-
marching with the black
Honestly, he
students.
does kind of.
So in Ethan's
he looks like he was hopped up on Spank or something.
analogy,
What's
he's
with
the
all
black
these
student,
GTA references?
and I'm the
God.
white student. But I'm the white student that's not, marching by his side. I'm not doing the difficult thing. You're gonna have to march on your own, black student.
Yeah. This is the only
Marching with the black
room in the house he's
students and-
allowed.
I mean,
anyone
why
who
is it
doesn't cuck shit.
inspiring? Why is it inspiring?
Well, and it's the same thing.
The crawl space.
Bring it back to Hassan just because, but it kind of is the same thing. Like, I was thinking about going to Gaza
Yeah.
until I found out it's
I feel
dangerous.
like-
He's a total performative activist that doesn't give a single fuck about the cause.
It's been performed exquisitely. Harassing one person and seamlessly transitioning into harassing another one. If anyone's been watching for the past fucking year, I'm pretty sure they have a good idea of your feelings about Hassan.
I need to.
Like people like
put that in
Anissa are the
Discord.
perfect example because she's friends with these people. She's friends with Denims. Denims is streaming this story about our
I'll
kid
show that, yeah.
getting Giarda from the dog, whatever.
I'm sorry. I'll accept this position from anyone except you guys. You have laid the groundwork for this type of streaming,
Yeah,
which
there-
is
I mean,
watching
there's a lot of
people's
Ethans.
shit and giving your unfiltered reaction to it. Why would you expect Anissa, of all people, to say something to Denims? Okay, so by that logic, we should be saying shit to you guys.
I mean, you can. Now I'm just imagining say. Why would you expect I don't know what it.
All the time, but I have a feeling you guys wouldn't like if we
I
said
felt
shit
like I was
that
making
to
a
you
joke
all
there,
the
and
time.
I couldn't
We've
get
been
it out.
respecting you as independent content creators. You can do what you want. We'll treat you as adults. Maybe we shouldn't have been treating you as adults.
She could say so much, and it would make her a little bit uncomfortable, right? It's not comfortable.
Yeah,
She'll
yeah,
get a little bit
yeah.
of shit.
Yeah, just for
But
saying
that would be
which
commendable.
Which
That-
kind of, and by the way, it kind of speaks for itself that saying, hey, their house is claimed, they're, they're actually good people, like that's gonna get you shit. That
Man,
kind of
I
says
can't
it all, doesn't it?
This background is like, it's like that image, the AI generated image of just, can you understand anything in this room? That's what I'm feeling when I
There
look
isn't
at
a
that
single
background.
person that I respect who would give a fuck if I publicly said that Ethan and Hila are great with their kids, Ethan and Hila didn't kill their dog, and Ethan and Hila wipe their asses or don't have giardia or whatever the fucking the prompt is. No one would care. The only person who would care is me because I'm like, why did I tweet this out? I'm not tweeting out because I'm not
I
your
didn't even
fucking
notice.
lapdog.
Yeah,
That's why I'm not
hey,
tweeting
Dolly.
it out. I'm not saying it to my audience because I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
It's not my business.
That's, in my opinion, doing something that's
Yes, it
difficult
does.
and standing by your principles. That's the whole point. That's what makes standing by your principles admirable. Is that
Yeah, I didn't recognize
it's
it.
not always easy.
I will
Why
say
are
I
you
did
saying
for
I'm not
April
stand-
Fools. I did change the name to TV1W, and honestly, I prefer that.
Standing up for my
I
principles
ra-
when you don't even know what they
I
are.
was thinking of just leaving
get
it like that. I like
we're a
that
little bit
better.
past directly naming me, so we might have gone off on a tangent. If you maybe accepted the phone call and we talked about it, you could have asked me, hey, what are your principles? And I can tell you the way I've been behaving is exactly in line with my principles. Now we're going to talk about the BDS list. We're going to start off with Frogan because obviously this is like as bad as it gets. If you're following Frogan, that can only mean...
This is okay. This is almost like a classic like content cop bit.
that you're anti-Ethan. Oh, this is not a good start. Love of the H3 podcast. You are following Frogan, so that means that you are...
I remember her saying something on like a. I remember the thing being her saying something really weird on stage.
Or anti-Ethan. Sam, Morg Pie, friend of the show. Olivia, Ian, Daily Dose of Internet is anti-Ethan. Jesus, this is fucked up. Pokimane, comment etiquette. Oh shit, Asmongold's in here.
Oh man, I haven't watched Comment Etiquette in a while. He's pretty good, but I remember finding him through EGC News. If you remember them, they're Internet Today now, but I haven't watched them in years because it's a lot of. They've kind of become a Plebslav channel.
Asmongold follows Frogan? No, Asmon. That means you're anti-Ethan. That's fucked up. We're going to want to avoid these creators at the top of the list, but one tier below them are the creators who associate with them. They're essentially endorsing all of their statements. You got me, you got Anissa, I think Hassan's in there. You'd think that Hassan would be on the top of the BDS list, but that's not the case. Hassan provides additional value for people. Ethan can turn a blind eye to people collaborating with Hassan because that's what he did. You gotta be the lowest of the blow to be associating with the Frogans and the Denhams of the world. To associate with Hassan, that just makes sense.
I didn't even know about
because
Frogan
he's
and
famous, and he's got a massive
Denhams.
fan base. Also, Ethan still follows Hassan on Instagram, so Hassan is in his feed.
And that's showing up right up on us Nisa's and Idubbbz feed.
It's important to remember that this is a living document, and people can be removed or put
Yeah,
onto it
this is a
depending
kind
on
of
how
decent
Ethan's
bit.
feeling that day. You have this other tier of creators that exist below Hassan, but are still anti-Ethan. But Ethan really doesn't want to bring your attention to these ones because it's kind of unpopular. You know?
Is that Lester? Honestly, I'm surprised more of these people don't look like Lester.
A lot of them are famous. It's no coincidence that Ethan stays silent when these powerful, popular men are supporting.
Yeah, it's just Lester and multiple Charlie criticals.
Hassan. It's because Ethan is a coward. He's a bitch-made coward. I think Ethan has an unreasonable amount of respect for these comedians because they have power, they're quick, and I think he knows that they don't fuck with his ideology. But he's going to keep that to himself because the last thing that he wants to discover is that people that he respects and looks up to, they don't fuck with him.
Bill Burr came on. It was like the worst fucking show. It was just horrible. That was like my lowest moment on podcast history. We could talk about Bill Burr, ruined my life. Bill Burr made Ethan go on Lexapro. I was prescribed it and it was in my bedside. And then it was the Bill Burr episode that made me finally start.
When Stavros goes on Hassan's stream and he mocks your content,
I don't even know. I don't. Is that
actually saw a really interesting
Stavros is Lester
video about you, man, and I don't know that I'm even comfortable being here anymore.
Oh no!
Oh man, it's Lester in Tommy Vercetti cosplay.
It really kind of shed light on you in a way.
Yeah,
You kind of like have.
I have no idea who half of
politics
these
and stuff
people
like
are.
that, and I actually feel betrayed.
Yeah,
and so I'm actually just here to let you know this is the last time I'm ever coming.
You don't fire back because you're coping. So you're just going to tuck your tail between your
man.
legs and never mention on your podcast.
That should be the name of your book, man.
Mentions everything. You're bringing up some fucking connection I have on Twitter. Someone mocks you on a stream, you're not touching it. Fuck you, you're a coward. It's just his job. It's just what he does for his job. You know, he doesn't mean it. We're actually good friends. You know, he makes fun of everyone. It's not just me, right? Oh, also, I can't forget about Matt Lieb. Matt Lieb is in this like middle tier. His valuable association is Rhett and Link. So Rhett and Link, conveniently, are also in this category of popular.
Oh my God, Rhett and Link. Oh, that brings me back. Man, that reminds me of the. What do you think the whole Stomp Clap Hey Millennial Core thing I keep seeing? I will say I like a couple of those songs, but they're very of their time. It's a very unique time, and man, this thing has gotten like 5,000 likes while I've been watching it. Like I don't know about you, honestly, I love Counting Stars. I love that song, but a lot of those are awful. But it's a very like. It's gonna be. I'm very excited to see, like the Vice City style period pieces for the 2010s, and especially for the 2020s. The 2020s are gonna be great for. They're. I'm gonna say it. 2020s are a great setting. Not great to live in. Nice. The 2020s are gonna be an awesome setting for stuff in the future.
And powerful men who Ethan does not want to burn bridges with. Although he's sniffing.
We Are Young.
He's sniffing
I also
around.
love We
This
Are
guy
Young.
Matt
That's
Lieb.
so good.
He works
song.
for Good Mythical Morning. Of all people, this guy Matt Lieb, who apparently is a producer for Good Mythical Morning. This guy works for Good Mythical Morning, acting like he's wholesome, and he's bringing on somebody that wants to kill my wife, or in a video game. And I think he should be fired, frankly. And I hope he is fired. He's pathetic, and he interviewed a fucking, basically a terrorist.
I think Ethan only respects power right now, which is one of the reasons I made this video in the first place, is because he thinks I'm weak. He thinks a lot of these other...
You are weak. You're like a Dark Souls boss. You were once immensely powerful, but now you're just a husk of your former self, just standing around in an arena.
other creators that he's gone out of his way to attack. He thinks that they're weak, and he thinks they're a target that he can bully, he can manipulate, he can send lawsuits to, and I want him to know that we're not going to be bullied.
Yeah,
You're
this
being a
is
piece
like
of shit, and we're
almost
going to call
60,000
you out.
So here's
It's only
the button.
half the
You've got a
amount of
video
dislikes.
and you've got an audio. We're hitting both.
Okay, what is this contraption? What is this doohickey? I wasn't listening. Nope.
Yes.
There's no point.
Let's leave.
Yeah, there's no need.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't want to. But shit. Like, how pathetic are you? Don't worry if you don't have it all now. All gone. I don't like pedophile. Like the Eye of Sauron. I see you. I see you out there, you fucking cockroach. You'll be living with your parents for a lot longer, buddy. Yes.
It's like a stream deck with
I'm
two options.
Please, guys, please.
Oh. Yeah, I don't think it was that.
That was fine.
Big a deal.
Hey.
Of all the things that
Sorry about the gargling.
it always surprises me what you think.
It
girls
helps me
do.
not clear my
Well,
throat.
I looked at Olivia.
I don't know if it does, but it feels like it does.
Now let's talk about the button. Ethan got this button, or kill switch, as a response to the...
Okay, so this is like, man, this thing's like an easy button.
Controversy
Remember
with
the
Cutie
easy
Cinderella.
button?
He was not able to control himself in that moment, and instead of...
Speaking of, I gotta go back to this. Wii Shop channel revival. Yeah, it's been revived. Wii Mart, but it's also look at this. This is great. Oh. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I can actually. Oh. So yeah, this is awesome. I love this. Custom pointer. Oh man, I might need to just look at that like after
figuring out how he can change his behavior. He spent $20,000.
There's also Wii Mart, I think, which is just like Wii Mart. Yeah, it's the same thing, but it's the actual thing, you know. Ooh, I didn't even know it actually has like new games being added. Huh? Oh man. So they're adding new stuff. Okay, I'm gonna need to put that on my Wii U.
We would kill button that right now if we could. I can't change who I am.
I know. That's why the kill button is on its way.
Man,
That's it.
Especially since
He uses the button for everything. If his jokes don't land, he's hitting the button.
I don't know about how see, N64 is like a weird in-between spot because NES and SNES are just, you can emulate that on anything, and I can play all the other stuff natively on the Wii U. But N64 is is still pretty not perfect to emulate. Recomp isn't really much of a help yet because you still have to actually do that for each game. I have my N64, but I can't. That would mean setting it up and getting an EverDrive, and I don't know. I don't really have a nice, convenient way to play N64 games.
As if the Jordan crying thing.
I hit the button.
Why?
I don't think I needed to, but you guys were giving me crickets, so I panicked.
If he's insecure about getting something wrong, he's hitting the button.
But
okay. So sounds like I need this.
What on this frame could Ethan have responded to? Perhaps the country flag that he got wrong? Maybe. I don't know.
If he goes on a problematic tirade, he's hitting the button.
Before, look how sad. But yeah, it's not just that. Like their eyes are like big. I think you guys are wrong on this one. I think you guys are all wrong on this one.
I don't think he's unique in hitting the button. I think if all of us had buttons, we'd hit the button all the time. But if you don't have it, you operate differently. You think about what you're saying. You maybe plan for your show a little bit more. You maybe say, I'm not going to have my podcast be an emotional dumping ground for today. You instead say, ooh, it's important that we stay on topic. Also, the industry community...
I do need to stay on topic. I for Christ's sake, I just went on the Way Shop channel.
And Ethan himself used the phrase goblin mode all the time to excuse...
That's not too... Biden, for one thing, you still have a CRT. I mean, I got rid of mine for a good reason. Like, that thing was... It was like a massive one. It was a nice CRT, but... it was also huge, and it... I mean, this TV... I don't know why TVs... Doesn't matter if they're flat screen or CRT, they always make weird banging noises in the middle of the night. It always scares me. But yeah, get... like, if that's like the cool user-ish. Like that's actually, like, nice to do. Nice to have.
Use a lot of his shitty behavior.
And especially, like, depends on, like, I don't know if you, well, like, what is the convergence between user and consumer, like, because, like, the consumerism was, like, part of it. But it's not kind of a different thing. But, like, if you just have an EverDrive and, like, your old games, yeah. I mean, yeah, the tangents are kind of the point. Yeah, this video is not great. But oh man, VHS user, that's nice. But yeah, I wish I still had a CRT sometimes.
Or make it seem less bad.
I've been diagnosed with goblin mode, actually.
By claiming that what happens
still.
is he just gets into this like uncontrolled state he refers to as goblin mode.
I do not call myself goblin mode.
Yeah, no, yeah, you did.
Goblin mode? Is that what you're calling Tourette's now?
Oh, Tourette's. I mean, I feel you there.
To all victims of goblin mode, I would like to issue an apology.
You are goblin mode today. You're goblin mode. Look how many times you paused.
I'm trying, bro.
And I don't think there's no room for using the term goblin mode. I like the idea that you're defending yourself and the little guy by going goblin mode when a big corporation or a big entity is trying to attack you.
Like, if you fuck me over, if you steal money from me, if you pay...
Oh, man. If he didn't have the facial hair, he would look like Tony Soprano.
Patronize me. If you do any of this shit like you're trying to do to me, to treat me like a fucking idiot, I'm crazy.
Oh man, you want to play... If you're gonna play the Psychonauts, like old Psychonauts, at least play it on Xbox. Although PS2, man, although I want to play it on PS2. I'm very much a PS2 man myself. Speaking of PS2, man, I need to replay Mercenaries. I never beat it, but I want to play Mercenaries again. And I also want to play Mercenaries 2, both versions. I want to try it. Because, like, Mercenaries 2 on PS2 is apparently just Mercenaries 1, but with Mercenaries 2, like, world. And honestly, that sounds kind of... I'm more interested in that than in real Mercenaries 2, because I've heard weird stuff about Mercs 2.
Easy, dude. I've gone fucking goblin mode over way less.
But you not thinking about what you're saying, not, reflecting on your behavior, not changing your behavior, that's not goblin mode. That's being a child. Let's talk about the crew. I think the crew has been put in the worst working environment that...
Oh man, the crew. I hate when... Like, I wasn't interested in it, but I still was not happy when Ubisoft took that down. Good luck. How's Ross Scott doing with that?
That you possibly can be for a fucking podcast.
Yeah.
Every crew member has it bad.
Like, when it comes to my game blind spots, like game stuff, like I guess I could easily, more easily play like Saturn, but that's still like, Saturn and N64 are both in like the gray spot where I'm not super comfortable emulating. But then like OG Xbox especially is probably like the weakest emulation full mode I know. And apparently like they all also die really easy, which which also sucks doubly because like there is an emulator on the new like the newer Xboxes which are very similar to modern PCs. We could probably have a pretty decent Xbox emulator already. Cause like I remember FrameRaider's old video of like trying old Xbox games that weren't supported. Like if we had that emulator just as like a program, people could probably make it run better for like certain games. So, and especially because there's a lot of games on there I want to try. I want to play like Amped and Blinks and what that FromSoft thing. Whatever, Otogi.
Like,
that's what
to
it was.
be around Ethan, period, would be a nightmare right now.
I'm standing by every
Filthy
fucking
Francis?
syllable of that, okay? What she did was abhorrent. And by the way...
Just don't. Listen, your critique of her is correct. It's just,
Okay.
You know, people are sensitive about women being called that word. And so...
Like, how pathetic are you? You know what I mean?
Well,
I'm not assuming his pronouns. And fuck all these people. Go ahead.
No,
and I'm
no.
not yelling at you. I'm just... Kelly is a black woman, right?
Yes.
Maziel is a
Korean.
What are you?
Oh, Dan, come on.
Where's this going?
You're being such a buzzkill. Yeah, I don't know Korean. I asked
Oh,
if Koreans
that
are
Francis, yeah, Boogie.
God.
You know,
I've
Dan's
gotten
in the
pretty good at
bathroom.
games.
Let's just not do this right now.
Honestly, as a kid, too lazy for games. I didn't really play many games until I mostly just watched YouTube until my 16th birthday with Disgaea 5 and Ys 8. Those were me actually getting into
I asked if Korean
finishing
people are
games.
PLCs.
The one
Those were
time
good.
the button
I need to
didn't
replay.
work, and we
I need to
listened
play all
to how
the
he
Ys
spoke
games.
to AB without thinking that the internet was going to hear it. It was rude. It was nasty, and it didn't have this caveat of like, "I'm not mad at you." It was anger, and it was uncalled for.
Use they get access to cover most of it.
We're doing it.
What are
Making
you
it
doing?
so awkward and terrible.
I'm sorry, I'm not.
Just like this is what I'm talking about when it's always like.
We need to get home for our kids.
It's like, bro.
Oh no, I didn't want to finish it right now. I was just talking about finishing Wednesday.
On Friday.
Who's AB?
You guys, like.
All right, I'm taking my hand off. What? Okay, well.
I heard all that.
Thanks, button.
And he didn't want to take accountability for it. He immediately wanted to deflect, and he wanted to say that the button fucked him.
First of all, I appreciate the hard work.
I know you do.
And I loved it, and I really.
I think this is like the. I remember something about this plushie on Claw's stream. It was some like he was looking at the person whose plushie this is.
Enjoy it, but it's like every time we do it, it's like the show is what it is, and
I know.
It makes it.
I was being selfish.
No, dude, that button me, dude. Can you imagine that button me over like that?
The button fucked you? AB fucked you? Who fucked you? You fucked yourself by being an asshole. He makes it seem like he's not a tyrant of a boss.
We're doing it.
What are you
It's so
doing?
awkward and terrible. I appreciate the hard work.
I know you do.
And I loved it, and I really enjoy it.
Dan, his producer, is constantly clarifying things on the air and making it clear that what Ethan said was a joke. Ethan is being overly defensive.
Yeah, I think it was Bob
Or
Black.
he's saying things that are like not
No,
true.
it was Jim. Yeah, it was Bobby.
When he's exaggerating.
People saw that.
It's
They
the
thought
Bobby
that
voice.
was what you searched to
I did
pull
not
up that photo, so I'm just clarifying.
Thank you for clarifying. I appreciate
Sorry
you
about
doing
the
that.
chair. What's this?
God forbid.
What's that?
Why?
Because
it's not that
So
big of a
Dennis is
deal,
funny.
man.
just
Like,
your
how da-
inability to.
No, hold on, Dan. How does it change anything? People knowing that we did it.
It's fun when it's a surprise.
Okay, well, tell
Well, you
let
just
us-
asked how it changed
surprise
things.
them
How about
on
we
your show.
look at some comments?
Okay, all right.
You know, I understand that that's his role, and he's, you know, Ethan's made
Yeah,
that his
this is a
job.
recession
Dan's made it his
indicator.
job. Ethan leans on it so heavily, in the same way that he leans on the button. Ethan is leaning on all of these people to be adult
End of the video
and
is
look
all-
after
oh,
his
well,
behavior
we'll have to watch
and,
till
and
the
give
end.
all of this emotional and empathetic energy for Ethan, but Ethan refuses to give it back to them. Also, let's talk about AB and Lena, 2 Lebanese employees, and you just continue to talk about the conflict like they don't exist. It would be nicer, a lot nicer, for you to shut the fuck up about it. You're allowed to do that.
Hezbollah in Syria alone killed double that much.
Oh man, I am a sucker for Windows stuff though. You all know that.
All right, I'm gonna move on. I just want to play Hassan talking about bad empanada.
Ethan doesn't want to change, and he wants to bring the entire crew down with him because he's putting them in this position every day, right? But it's more important that he gets this shit off his chest. It's more important that he dumps. We're all familiar with Goblin mode.
Oh,
Well,
I
Ethan
need to play
debuted
Godhand,
a new
too.
mode recently.
I need
by
to
the way,
replay
my
SSX3.
ratio was pretty good. Like I'm looking at like 20
Especially
Goblin
now that
modes
I
to
played
1
Tony Ox.
too far. Demon mode, let's call it.
Oh.
What makes demon mode
All
different
raging
than goblin
demon.
mode is goblins aren't really like an intimidating, powerful force. If the goblin is persistent, it can get what it wants.
When I'm done with the other one,
Man,
the big
that
one that's
lawsuit, that
dropping
brings
probably
back
next week,
memories.
my full attention is going to you, George. Like the Eye of Sauron. I see you. I see you out there, you fucking cockroach.
Ethan, the reason the internet got behind you when you were being sued by Matt Haas or when you were being sued by Ryan Kavanaugh is because people saw you as the underdog. They saw you as the guy who's defending the common man.
I'm probably not getting 3+4 for a while. It took me a while to get 1+2, but especially depending on, like, I'm not sure. I'm kind of worried about what they're gonna do with 4. And also the thing with Doom Guy, where Doom Guy was in, like, I think it was Tony Hawk 3, just on the PC version, and now you have to pay for it. That's dumb. But it seems like they might get rid of, like, the open world stuff from 4 and just have it as a normal time limit. I don't know how to feel
and I
about that.
cannot
just need-
wait
I'm
for
gonna-
you
I'm
guys
gonna at
to
least play
read it.
the
At the moment, we are
original
writing
version of
3
4.
complaints for 3 people.
You are doing the classic rich asshole thing. You have a deficit of friends, you have a surplus of enemies. You feel really bad, you feel hurt, but you also have a surplus of money. So what can you do? You can use that money to bully and intimidate people. These public legal threats that you're making to fellow creators, these legal threats that you're making to people on Reddit, on Twitter, you're like, I'm hurt. These people are hurting me. What do I do to stop it? There's nothing I can do to stop it. I'm powerless.
This is
No, you have a ton
so
of power. You have a ton of options.
annoying.
You have a ton of choice.
Ooh,
That's
APB.
exactly what you get
I
for
should
being
stream
filthy
APB
rich. Is
Reloaded.
you can do all of these things.
I've never want to sue someone for defamation, but like at what point do you kind of fucking have to? I mean, this is like basically someone calling you a pedophile. Be like, yeah, you know,
How did
Ethan's
I
a
play
pedophile.
12
Dan
hours of
Clancy or whatever,
APB
like the CEO of
Reloaded?
Twitch, and being
Pedophile. Dan KKK Clancy has a similar view of Hitler. Because Dan Clancy, the Nazi, fucking anti-Semite. There are certain things you can accuse people of that rise above
this
to
is
make it
getting boring,
like actionable,
but I
which
need
is
to-
like wrongfully accusing
I'm
someone of being a
staying.
pedophile, a sex criminal, a murderer, shit like that. Dan Clancy
Online.
now, in other words, he is a pedophile.
You have so much less to go off of saying that
Oh
than
no,
anybody
I'm
has
just saying
about
based
Dream.
on his looks. Just on his based on his.
Well, at least you're self-aware.
That's 100% a joke. I have no evidence to conclude that he is.
One of the more notable legal threats that Ethan has sent out recently is against Noah Sampson.
I have nothing but vibes to gain, and potentially your money as well. Don't worry if you don't have it all now. I'll garnish your wages. You're going to be living with your parents for a lot longer, buddy. 26, you know what I mean? Try 46.
Noah made a video that was critical of Ethan and other content creators when they're talking about Israel and Palestine. I mean, the way he's talking about Noah on his podcast is so fucking creepy
Yeah.
and weird.
Thank
Is
you.
this a new thing?
This is a new thing. This happened during the show. Upon initial examination, it seems to check out, and it's not great for young Noah.
Can I say that? Don't say it yet.
I'll say it.
So he's a
Wait,
rape. So of
there's
course
no
his
way this is
standard. I don't know what
720p.
he's accused of, so I'm not actually going to say. But
Ethan brought on a former partner of Noah to basically just shit talk him and say that he's a bad partner. But that's all that Ethan was able to extract out of it.
you are not accusing him of committing any crimes or doing R-word or anything like that. The accusation is that he's a sleaze.
Absolutely. Noah
Yeah.
Sampson, as far as I know, is not a rapist.
Fuck you to Noah Sampson, who's not just a liar and a scumbag, but also a creep, allegedly.
Allegedly.
Now let's talk about the left-leaning Democrat.
He presents himself as someone like me,
almost-
a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things.
The thing that made me start to question Ethan's intentions
We only have 18 minutes left.
is that when he was suggested to talk to Sam Cedar, a fellow progressive, a guy that Ethan respects and looks up to,
He works with Sam Cedar at the Majority Report. I respect him and what they do there.
he kept saying that it was racist or anti-Semitic to suggest that he talked to someone who's within the same ethnic group as him.
That's why I said yesterday, like, I urge Ethan to talk to Sam Cedar. There are very thoughtful, very kind anti-Zionist Jews out there that he could talk to. I don't think that I will be able to reach him.
What's the insinuation that I only listen to other Jewish people? You need to talk to my pre-approved list of Jews that like agree with me on everything. You know, it doesn't matter if they're Jewish, dude. It doesn't matter if they're fucking Jewish. I think most Jews.
I don't think Jews at large view it. I don't think that is the...
In what position are you to even say that?
It was not motivated by myself. It's motivated by Jews against anti-Zionist
No,
Jews.
seriously, how can you speak for my entire ethnic group? I find that really interesting.
Ethan, I don't know what to fucking tell you. This is like step one of having a leftist ideology, is recognizing our race, religion, nationality, all this shit, all shape our experiences as people.
That's the reason why it'd be better served to have this conversation not with myself, but with an anti-Zionist Jewish person.
Why does it matter if they're Jewish?
Because I'm not Jewish, and you've said in this conversation,
I already
that, like,
run-
how can you
run
tell me how to
Vice City
feel about the
incompatibility.
situation?
Yeah, but how is one person representative of Jews at large? I'm just telling you how Jewish people around the world interpret that phrase.
So yes, Ethan, on occasion you might be suggested to talk to someone who has some crossover with you.
I don't get
It
that
doesn't
reference.
have to be your ethnicity. It could possibly be someone who shares progressive ideology with you. It could possibly be someone who is of your same gender. I think Ethan understands this concept very well. He listened to these women on his show when they told him that he shouldn't be calling women bitches.
This bitch is intolerable. You are such a nasty
16
fucking
minutes.
bitch.
I don't know if you can call her a bitch though.
She is a bitch. She's a fucking. You're right. I call her a see you next Tuesday.
Listen, you have.
Curious
That's
what
fun.
do Lena and Sam think about it.
I wouldn't be okay with that.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
feel like that it's for the girlies.
I shouldn't be having to
So you
make
guys
my
all
own
seem to be
fun.
in consensus that
In
it's
a-
in poor
in a
form.
content
Well,
cut.
I think to respect the women here in the room, I'm gonna have to pass on saying that.
The infantilization of Ethan Klein is fucking nauseating. He's not a child. He is absolutely capable of
grown man.
looking into Hassan, learning about his politics.
Oh, yeah, you can
interviewing,
definitely
doing
look into
loads of things to figure out where he stands.
He presents himself as someone like me, a left-leaning Democrat who supports basic things. And for the first time, I noticed an inordinate amount of radical, hardcore leftists. I mean, I thought we were social democrats, not whatever this was. This comment from Hassan really started to sound some alarms in my
okay.
head. I was already getting on.
Let's take a little break. Let me look at this. I saw this earlier on. Okay.
Funko's been creating pop since 2000. But now the main one that I wanted to talk about is this one here.
Yeah.
The backyard grilling Deadpool. Because, I mean, like, come on. What is this? Probably one of my favorite Deadpools they've created just because of the amount of detail. But then if you take a look on the back, look at all of these ones and how wacky they are. Like, Dino Pool? Yeah, that's one of them. Like, these guys here are definitely the reason why there's so many of him. Now, let's scroll through a little bit more and see who else we've got in here. I'm seeing a lot of... Oh, here's an interesting one. Mickey Mouse. Deadpool had 172, but let's find out with this one here. Mickey Mouse is... close. It's 127. We mixed the numbers around a little bit, but there's still a lot of them out there, and this totally makes sense because when it comes to Mickey Mouse, there are so many different versions that have been created over the years and different outfits that Disney's put him in. Another big one that I'm thinking of too is the 90th anniversary. They had him in so many different colors.
Oh my god, look at that. What? Okay, is that actual Supreme? There's no way that's a real thing. That's a JPEG.
and sizes. That probably adds a lot. 28, and then Deadpool at 170.
Okay, I just want to know which character has the most Funkos.
San Diego Comic-Con. And the prizes that they would give out is a bunch of different versions.
Oh, Freddy Funko. Okay. Oh my. Oh man!
Today,
imagine,
everybody, I am already out and
imagine
about
the
because
free pops.
GameStop is having a big sale on Funko Pops. If you guys don't know what I'm talking about, right
Man.
now here in Canada, we have a buy 3.
Man, whenever I go to like the pharmacy, I always see like they have like the same shelf of Funko Pops, and it's always like Happy Days, and it's like, isn't that just gonna be like a guy?
Get one free, and I buy a lot of figures, so. And I didn't show you everything that I grabbed.
Okay,
It's
that bag's kind of fun though. Okay, what is, oh, a little Snoopy. Now I want Little Caesars.
Hey guys, Skid Rampage here. Welcome back to a new video. I do hope you're enjoying your day today. So today is Wednesday, and it is...
Okay, no. I want to go back to Idubbbz.
Comfortable with our partnership. I started to wonder.
Oh yeah, the see-through bing bong. Man, if I ever meet Claw, I'm gonna have to give him the see-through bing bong. It's probably like $30.
I had any idea who this guy actually is.
You made how many episodes with
Oh my-
Hassan? Like, this guy made a fucking program with the biggest mega leftist on the platform. Now he's acting like he was tricked and he was incapable of figuring out what this guy's beliefs were. Bro, I didn't make the fucking leftist program. You did. You made fucking, what, 60 some odd episodes of this shit? For hours talking to this guy, you didn't have a problem with any of it until
Yeah, that is kind of
Ethan
weird.
talks about being aware of Hassan's
Yeah.
9/11 comments, and then sort of leaves it at that.
Can
like
I-
it was just a joke. Actually, I think Ethan
on.
describes them as edgy
I have an
moments
idea.
of jokes.
You might remember him from such classics as.
America deserved 9/11, dude. Fuck it. I'm saying it.
Now, to be clear, I knew about all these edgy and controversial jokes at the time we made the show together, because who am I to judge?
No, Ethan, those aren't jokes, right? When someone makes a controversial
Window
statement
capture.
like that, that's not them trying to be funny. I can understand why you would conflate the two. That is someone
Alright.
who's extremely frustrated and passionate about a particular topic. In
Screw
this
it.
case, American imperialism and terrorism. You could have looked into that. You could have talked to Hassan a little bit more and found out what his
Alright.
international politics opinions are. But you wouldn't even need to do that. You can look at it online. You're not a victim. You weren't tricked. You made 60 some odd episodes. If you didn't want to go down this route,
Yeah,
you
we
shouldn't
need
have
more
done it.
see-through bing
But that was
bong.
your fucking choice. You did it. You are an adult. When Ethan and Ela are watching Matt Lieb saying that one state doesn't represent all Jews, they cannot wrap their
I don't
heads
even have
around
enough
the
time to
idea.
play through the whole level, so I'm not even caring enough to play it right.
I'm just telling you how Jewish people around the world interpret that phrase.
I'm playing level episode 3 on easy too. So this is like I should not be doing this for your massive video.
Oh God.
Israel.
This is what I do when I listen to like random drama.
They say that Israel's going to war on behalf of Judaism. They have never. I don't believe that that's ever been stated, and I don't think Israel ever explains that it's.
Yeah.
Like.
Honestly, I'm surprised anyone stayed this long.
I think Israel says it's a place where Jews can go.
Israel's just a place Jews can go. With that slogan, we might actually have peace. You know, if that's all you're defining Israel as, is a place Jews can go.
Yeah.
Like, sure.
Man,
it sounds like America.
I hope my
to me.
PC can run the
Like,
Dark
alright.
Ages.
I don't think that Israel said they represent all Jews. I don't think that's a stance. We're like, hey, we, displacing Palestinians is all Jewish people.
This is
Ethan
something
being
I do
disingenuous here to suggest
what
that
I
he
sometimes
doesn't
do when I
understand
watch
what
Claw
Matt
stream
Reeves
when
is
he's
saying.
streaming
Like,
live.
he's making a semantic argument.
Or when I watch
I
listen
don't
to
think
Kino
Israel
Casino.
has said that it represents every last Jew on the planet. I don't think Israel has claimed that. They're not going to say that their most genocidal
Yeah,
behavior
he's just
represents
talking about
anything to
Israel.
do with them. Okay? But what they are going to do is they're going to inexplicably link Israel and Jewishness together. So when they're being criticized, all of a sudden they have
Yeah,
the perfect defense.
that's
another
something that
thing I'm gonna
happens.
mention. There was a tier list. It was
Man.
called the Who Can Say Habibi tier list. It was presented at TwitchCon as like a panel that was just meant to be lighthearted and fun. And Ethan Klein saw that, and he decided that it was anti-Semitic.
Oh.
And we're gonna need your help to discuss.
Who doesn't tier list?
So
Granted,
yeah, this
Habibi
is what I
very
was
different
thinking.
than the
This is
N-word,
what I was knowing.
but it is
This is
a
what I was
cultural word
thinking of.
amongst Arabic-speaking people and
Yeah.
Muslim people. Like
it's
that
like
that is a word that's used. Habibi. It means my love. Oh no, don't do that, Habibi. Oh yes.
this is what I know of it. Know it from, and there it is. Yeah, that's my boy.
حمود حبيبي حمود حمود حبيبي حمود حبيبي حمود حمود حبيبي
Alright.
حمود حمود قوم اقعد من النوم قوم اقعد من النوم قوم اقعد من النوم يا احمد حمادي
Audio clipping.
يا احمد حمادي
Oh, and you're in.
حمود 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 حبيبي حمود حمود حبيبي
Oh, you can't even see him. Damn it.
Habibi. You're my Habibi, I'm your Habibi. So yes, it's meant to be a fun
Alright.
way that these Arab content creators can express their Arab culture and be proud of it and happy about it. Because it's not like they have massive representation on the platform.
Making a tier list based on race. And nobody has a fucking problem with that. Okay, you have a tier list based on race. Where's the Jewish panel? Where's the Jewish panel? Where at the top it says Jewish. It's a tier list based on Arab to Jew. He's Arab, which is good. That's the best thing you can be on this. That's the best. This is racist.
I will say that conveying information through a tier list is not the most effective thing, but Ethan should understand this principle. He did a white slurs tier list with Hassan.
Well, the thing is, SSG is back. Like, apparently
we
he's
can't put this as an F. Cracker.
like,
I mean, that's got to be at least a D.
On one of his like goons, he was back.
Pale face motherfucker.
But, yeah, I should.
again,
I didn't want to
think
do
that's
some
an
tier
F.
maker.
So Hog is my favorite. I use it all the time.
Him and Hassan feel as though they're white guys, so they felt very comfortable talking about white slurs on their tier list.
I think I'm more white than you. What do you think?
I think I'm white. Like, I'm super white.
Can you understand why Arabs might feel comfortable talking about Arab shit on their tier list, Ethan? You're the white guy. You think you're more white than Hassan.
I think I'm more white than you.
So, yeah, the white guy can say all the things that he wants, like Cracker, but the Arabs can't have their tier list.
I would put him also in Arab. I know Turkish people are different.
Notice how they dropped the premise almost immediately that it's about who can say Habibi. And then it's like, Hassan, okay, actually, he's Arab. We fucking love him. He's dope. He's Arab.
Habibi is an Arabic word. That is an Arabic word, Ethan.
Funny about this whole thing is that they say Habibi in Israel.
These guys.
Again, people underestimate just how like mixed Israeli culture is. Like,
we say Habibi in Israel. Yes, Ethan. Another piece of evidence as to why it isn't anti-Semitic.
This is racist.
If you're not Arab or understand Arab culture at all, which is a lot of Americans, and Ethan Klein presents you this tier list and calls it anti-Semitic, you're just gonna eat it up. It's not. Ethan is just proving his location on this tier list under Love Sabra because he doesn't understand Arab culture. There's a lot of Arabs who eat Sabra. There's a lot of people like me who eat Sabra. A lot of the time,
I don't even know what that
it's in
is,
the
so.
store, and I'm gonna buy it and I'm gonna eat it.
Okay, let me look at this up. Sabra. Oh, it's hummus. Or whatever.
Not the good shit. Like the average Arab American, they're gonna go in the store and the only option they have is fucking Sabra, and that sucks. That's the only option, right? Arab communities and distribution facilities are not widespread across the U.S. So what are they left with? They're left with a common, relatable, shitty hummus, which is Sabra. And what's so fucking pathetic about this whole thing is after he was able to get these Arab creators banned off of Twitch for 30 days, he goes on to talk about...
not Twitch, not the place you can go and literally... not a place that bans you for... like, things other people
how bad
do.
Sabra hummus is on his show.
I don't think anybody wants to prefer Sabra over homemade, like, restaurant quality hummus. You know,
I
it's
mean,
what's
no,
there. Like,
does anyone
it is fluffy.
prefer
I would buy it sometimes.
store-made
and eat it. It's not the
anything?
best.
The problem is with Sabra, in my opinion, it's only good for the first 2 days.
For some reason, like when you eat this Sabra shit, it just feels so much heavier. Imagine eating a whole fucking vat of Sabra. That's crazy.
Yeah, I've never liked hummus.
Oh, okay.
Well, you hate Jews then.
I don't.
And Arabs.
Yeah.
This is racist.
Yeah, it's almost like you can have a discussion about Sabra hummus being a bad hummus without it being at all related to a Jewish thing or an Israeli thing. He can have that discussion as much as he wants on his podcast because we all know his intent is an attack.
I kind of hate
on
these
you.
guys.
There was this incident on the podcast where they were reacting to Cutie Cinderella, and Ethan was laughing during it. So that ended up being a pretty important wake-up call for Ethan. He made an apology video directed at Cutie Cinderella.
Okay,
and
what?
It was
I don't know who that is.
graded by a professional psychologist, Dr. Kirk Honda.
Right.
Of Psychology
Good
in
to hear it
Seattle.
wasn't on my
And
end.
Ethan
Thank
got an A+ rating.
Oh.
In terms of a public apology, this is A+.
Ethan won't stop talking about his A+ rating.
You know he rated my apology to Cutie Cinderella a perfect score, a perfect 10.
A perfect 10 out of 10.
Okay,
literally 10 out
wait,
of 10.
he bragged?
I can
Okay,
teach you how to
that
make
is
a good
cringe.
apology. I'm
Right,
the best at
10 out of 10.
I know what a
that is
perfect apology
funny.
is, lady. You fucking don't. Is my perfect apology in this PowerPoint? Dude, I got a perfect 10 out of 10.
This one is actually best apology. So.
He's inclined, you guys. Oh my god.
I was trying really hard to think about an impactful moment during this video. Like, could I do something that would really...
Oh yeah,
wake
this must be
Ethan
what
up?
people were
And,
talking about.
I don't know if this came from a good
the
place or
comments.
not, but I came up with the idea of getting Ethan's grade changed from an A to a B at least. So I went to visit psychology in Seattle. I'm not confident that Kirk will change his grade, but it's worth trying.
He's
and,
gonna...
you know,
oh my god.
We might learn
That is funny.
Xander! Probably get pretty low marks. Unlike
Oh,
me,
it's on a
perfect score,
Minotaur
10.
at
I
least.
said, hey, Lud, no wig drama. Why are you such a spineless coward of a person now that you've inserted yourself and your girlfriend into this conversation?
Okay, Idubbbz, I hear you. You're in the room with me right now. I hear you. I hear your request. I understand it. I can understand where it's coming from. And I
vote.
I guess have a policy that when there is a grade for an apology, I am just grading that discrete apology as I see it without taking any consideration of prior or future behavior. If you're wanting me to comment on the overall behavior or the recent behavior from the clips that you have shown me, I believe that Ethan is a good person and that eventually he will feel sorrow and will feel sorry and will apologize, and I will be there to evaluate that apology when it happens, which I know it will.
Being an apology reviewer is kind of funny. That I'll give him that.
Unfortunately, Kirk did not change his grade, but that's okay because this is the internet. Anyone can have their own official apology rating system. So I'm going to rate Ethan's apology a B-. That's just based on my own feelings and my own rubric. When Psychology in Seattle was watching these video clips of Ethan, he said that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug. Now, of course, it kind of pisses me off to hear that shit because I'm like, what are we doing? What are we saying? He needs a hug? No, he doesn't need a hug. He needs a good fucking ass
grown
whooping is
man.
what he needs. I think
Oh,
something
wow.
that's very important to me in bringing back content
You should not be saying that,
is to
Idubbbz.
be fair. I think
Jay
that
Sonic,
was something
I
that
don't know.
was not illustrated in previous content cops that I think should have been and probably wouldn't have left me with so much regret. Ethan deserves all of the criticism that he's getting. I think it's very valid. But I
And
also think
Keem
at the end of the
started.
day, we should acknowledge that he's human because he is human. And he is in a situation
So
that's
this is the
making him
wholesome twist they were
extremely
talking
scared,
about?
paranoid, defensive, sensitive, and I'm sure other features and feelings. In the spirit of Kirk saying that it looks like Ethan could just use a hug, I have challenged some of his most powerful haters to put down the haterade and just say something
Haterade?
nice
That's
and
literally a Christian thing.
charitable about him because I think he deserves it.
I just wanted to say that I respect that you are genuinely yourself on the internet. I think a lot of other people respect you for it as well. I think that's a big reason why people were drawn to your content in the first place. I think that's a lot of the reason why your employees chose to work with you over anyone else.
Ethan, I think it's respectable that you even began this journey to leave behind the anti-SJW crowd and step into a more empathetic worldview. I know it's not easy.
Ethan Klein, I think that when you are being goofy, when you're being silly, when you are being lighthearted, and just having fun with your friends, I think that is when you're at your best. So I'd love to see more of that. That'd be sick.
I will be reading my letter off because I don't want to sound robotic. H3 used to be the sports videos that I used to watch. I hope that one day gets back to what I remember. You were one of the inspirations for me to start creating content, so all of this has stunk. I hope you really hear this, and I wish you the best.
I think Ethan Klein rocks a buzz cut.
This does feel like celeb singing,
Imagine. He's got
Imagine.
a good choice of facial hair. I think it's really cool what he did 8 years ago, fighting that frivolous lawsuit. That was pretty fucked up. And fighting
8 years ago.
For the better. And I
What
thought
is
that
this
was
music?
Because I thought it was like he's fighting for free speech.
You know, I also see the dynamic of Ethan and Neil. I'm like, fuck, like, it's really hard to be a couple online and see people attacking your partner, and it's like, okay, like if you come to their defense, if that doesn't always help them, right? Sometimes that makes it worse for them.
And I have been kind of slipping into a very unhealthy place where it's gotten worse and worse, and I get criticized more and more, and I get more defensive and more hold up, a feeling of almost infallibility that I could take anything on. It led me to make a lot of mistakes, and then when I was criticized for those mistakes, then I would act extremely defensive.
I feel like this music is playing on my end. It feels like there's no he's
really
actually playing this.
processing them in a healthy way.
Oh, thank God it's over. That video was garbage. Oh. Well, that's
Gucci glasses.
Well, what did we think of that? Oh. Yeah, I'm kind of the SNL guy. That video. I honestly feel cheated. Idubbbz tricked me into watching Idubbbz video. Yeah, I mean, I like the. I like some of the new ones. If the thumbnail grabs are not watching, but I like them. I like they're playing with fire with bringing back Luigi. I'm tired. I'm gonna go play Vice City. But I will. So I will play. I'll try to finally finish. The Vampire Hunter D game. Yeah, Logan's always in some weird drama. And then I might stream me rewatching the second Vampire Hunter D movie, which is based on the same book as the game, and then I will hopefully finally manage to get out the video. Then I'll be, after that, I finally stream a lot more, hopefully. Because this has been, like, I want to, work on that. I want to finish that. That's going to be, like, the biggest video I've ever made. Besides, like, in terms of, like, amount of work, it's going to be bigger than any of the old videos I actually made, even though, like I did an E3 video a couple years ago. That was technically longer, probably. It probably won't be like an hour. But this one's a lot of work. But it's nice to finally stream. What? Okay.
Does anyone else think Funko's new background?
And then on the right, this looks like an Intel sticker. Regular time is. I will. I normally like to stream at 5. That's mostly convenient for me, but right now it's a little weird. But yeah, I'll definitely. This is was also like a bit of an emergency one because I wanted to. I kind of like this was something that he did like hype up a bit. I mean, as much as you can hype up something that's obviously going to be terrible. Oh, man. All right. See y'all. I guess I might community post if some maybe not community post, but I'll try to tell you if I managed to get Vice City working back. All right. See y'all again.